Good morning, angels. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Today's lesson will be about generalize. Generalize. If you think about it, you will understand what generalize mean, okay? Because we're talking about something in general. Okay, so meaning, it's a broad statement about a group of people or things. It states something they have in common. We have two types of generalization in the comprehension. The first one is called valid generalization. Let's see what valid means. Valid means true, supported by facts, and it uses logic and reasoning, and it's proven with several examples. So if you have a general idea about something, okay, you want to generalize a group of people, if you want it to be true, you have to be having facts, okay, to support your idea. Or you can use logic or reasoning, or you can prove it with examples. Like, when I tell you all cows are black, are they? Of course not, but the majority of the cows are black. So this is a valid generalization. We have keywords that you can use to have hints about the valid or the generalization in general. The first one is sometimes, always, never, most, many, or all. Sometimes, always, never, most, many, or all. Now let's move on to the second type. The second type of the generalization is faulty. Faulty means false from the name itself, faulty, so false. Here, how do you know this generalization is faulty? Because you can't support it by facts. It's like an opinion you made, okay? So faulty means false. And how can you tell this generalization is false? Because you don't have facts to support the idea. Also, we have keywords: none, few, nobody, and everyone. Now, I want you to open your Reader's Writer's Notebook on page 429. Let's do the exercise together. In number one, the generalization in the passage that you just read, that between 1910 and 1920, many African Americans moved to cities from rural areas. Okay, so here is the general idea in the passage, that between 1910 and 1920, many African Americans moved to cities from rural areas. Now, I want you to give me supporting details, supporting your generalization here, okay? How did you know this is true? Because you are having facts. The first one here, in number two, between 1910 and 1920, the percentage of African Americans in cities went from 28% to 34%. So here, it supports the idea that many African Americans moved to the cities from rural areas. In number three, between 1910 and 1920, the percentage of African Americans in rural areas went from 72% to 66%. So in the rural area, it started to get lower. That means that they moved from the rural area. So here is a supporting detail to support the generalization. Number four, city population increased during that period too. So when you see the population getting higher at that time between 1910 and 1920, and the majority of people are African Americans, that prove that the generalization or that idea is true or valid. Thank you, girls. Please do the online homework. Stay safe till we meet again.